This is Alain with Reflex Protect, and in this video, you're going to learn how you can take a handgun away from a bad guy when you're by yourself. We're going to learn how to ambush somebody at a doorway when we don't have Reflex Protect or any other weapon. All we have is our bare hands to take a handgun away. And this is one of the simplest handgun techniques that I can teach you. When the bad guy comes in, we're immediately going to grab over the top of the weapon with our hand that's closest to him. The other hand is going to come underneath. And what I want you to think is point the gun at the bad guy. So what we're going to do is twist that toward his face. And instead of just using my arm strength, I want to lower my body as I twist to rip it out of his hand this way. Once I have the weapon, I haven't done anything to him to stop the threat necessarily. And he may have another weapon, which means you either take the weapon and you know how to operate it, or absent that, you take the weapon and you start smashing the heck out of the bad guy and drive him into the ground with shots, keeping that pointed in a safe direction. Okay? So if you're not familiar with a handgun, you can use it as a club. You can use knees and anything else you have to stop him as well. The key now, though, is he doesn't have a handgun to hurt you. But remember, he could have a secondary weapon. So just because you took this away does not mean he's no longer a threat. We have to do more and stop him completely. So now we'll look at that handgun takeaway from a little different view. Somebody that hasn't practiced much is going to show you that it does work. So she's stacked at the door. She's ready because she knows the bad guy might be coming through. For whatever reason, the door is not secure and the bad guy gets through. And point it at him and rip it out. There you go. Now pound on him with it. Just keep hitting him until he's unconscious so he can no longer be a threat. So now we're going to do a demonstration without me talking her through it. When we're looking at gun disarms, the ones I teach in the active shooter programs with Reflex Protect are done from the side. And the reason they're done from the side is in an active shooter situation, I'm not asking people to charge straight on to a gunman. That's suicidal. The best chance that you have to take a gun from somebody is ambushing them at a doorway, which we're going to show in videos, ambushing them at a corner that they're coming around, or rushing them from the side if you're in the room and they're looking a different direction. So we're not going to teach gun disarms straight on. All of the gun disarms are from a side where you're going to ambush them either at a corner, a doorway, or in a room where you can rush up behind or beside them. From a doorway, when a gunman comes in and you're by yourself, we are going to do a simple rifle disarm. So the gunman comes in, and as they come in, we're going to point that up and away from us. So it's just grab and point up and away. Then we're going to grab the butt of the rifle with our other hand, and we're going to make a circular motion and pull that around. And it's going to rip it out of his hands. Now, we need to be very careful with our training partners that we don't smack our bad guy in the face, because I've had instructors get their nose split open by aggressive students. So in training we want to be careful, but we're going to use a circular motion, and you'll see. Now it depends on where his elbow are. If I grab under, I can come more this way. If I grab over, I'm going to go more this way, and it's going to still rip it out of his hands and smash him with it, and then maybe I switch, just depending on how the guy's holding it. And that's always going to be improvised at the time of what you can get. Maybe you just get the handle here and smash him that way. He doesn't let go of it for whatever reason. Smash him in the head a number of times until he does. But in general, if you can get to the outside, it gives you a better leverage to rip that out of the bad guy's hand. And again, we're doing it slower because when you really reef on it, it's coming out, but I might hit him. And we don't need to go to the doctors during training, and neither do you. So be careful. But I want you to learn the strategies and practice them so you know them. And now we'll show somebody else that's just learned this and see how it's going to work for it. Right, so the bad guy comes in, slams through. We're going to grab that up and away and twist and take it away. Now, you have a couple options to do here. if you know how to use that weapon, you might be armed, because he's not done. He may have a secondary weapon. You may have to shoot him if you're comfortable with that. If not, you may take that and smash him in the head. Alternatively, you throw that weapon aside and you smash him with something else. But just because you took the weapon away does not mean he's finished. And sometimes active killers have more than one weapon. So you definitely still need to take care of him, depending on your personal morals and your familiarity with the weapon that you just took away. Sometimes it's best just to smash him in the head with it if you don't know how to operate it, or if it's malfunctioned. Now we're going to do a simulation and show you this a little bit more live of how one individual can take a rifle away from somebody coming through the doorway. Come on in, bad guy. Very nice. So we stripped the gun. We finish up, because remember, just taking a gun away doesn't mean the threat's done. So the finish up rifle butts, knock him unconscious, then get to safety. Remember to like and share these videos. Sharing them helps others out there stay safe too.